Today, I want to tell you a story about competition. Back home, I think I was maybe 16 or 17 years old. There was this ice cream shop right down from my street. It was called Michael's Dairy. And as a kid, I would used to call it Michael's Diarrhea because it just sounded so close to it. And every once in a while, they had this little sock hop where everybody would come along and they play 50s music. So we're at the sock hop, me and my friend Lasher, which was his real name. Super cool name. I was always jealous of his name, Lasher. That is such a dope name. I wish I had that name. Elijah, boring, pales in comparison to Lasher. Now me, I'm a very competitive person, okay? I love competition. I like to prove that I'm the best. When I saw a sign that said challenge, you know I had to accept it. I was like, challenge? I don't even care what it is, I'm in. It said hot pepper challenge. Now I grew up loving spices. I love spice. So I'm like, yo, Lasher, let's do this. He's like, I don't know, man. I don't think that's a great idea. I don't know why he sounds like Morty from Rick and Morty. He doesn't sound like that at all. And I'm like, but dude, it's a hot pepper challenge. How wrong could it go? Which we all know, anytime someone says, how wrong could it go? That's foreshadowing for it's gonna go completely, utterly, horribly, Jesus, Mother Mary of God wrong. We show up and there's a table and there's a bunch of peppers lined up on the table and there's this guy, looks kind of like a card. He's like, step right up, come do the hot pepper challenge. So me and Lasher, we go up and we're like, oh, this is cool. He said, these are the world's hottest peppers. And that sounds great. I've never had a world's hottest pepper before. They gave us some milk just in case we became dragons and started breathing fire. We all get one. It's me, Lasher, and some random person. He was white and pretty chubby. We'll just call him Odd Ones Out. I feel like that's a good representation. So we're here, Lasher, me, Odd Ones Out. And the guy's like, all right, we're gonna start. You have 5 peppers, and you gotta eat them all. If anybody throws up, cries, or dies, they lose. I didn't know what I got myself into, but I was ready. The carnival man was like, on your ready, on your set, on your go, and go! And I just grabbed the first one, I stick it in my mouth, instant regret. I'm starting to chew, and as I'm starting to chew, for the first time in maybe 15 years, I started crying. Tears started streaming down my face. But I couldn't give up, I had 4 more left. Lasher, he looked okay, and Odd Ones Out, he was already on his second one. So I took the next one, I shoved it in my mouth. We're about on number 4, and at that point, my mouth feels like I just drank lava. Lasher, he's also starting to cry. Odd Ones Out, taking it like a mother-loving champ. About to put the 5th one in his mouth. I'm like, are you okay, man? He's like, I'm fine. I'm fine, I'm okay, man, thank you. What is that voice? I snap the last one in half. And that's when I give up, okay? I take the milk, start downing the milk. I'm like, I can't take this. I feel like I'm gonna throw up and I have to pee. Like, this is horrible. Odd Ones Out, as I'm running, finishes the last one, and he's like, I won! And Lasher is following me behind me. He's like, I can't do it! And you know, we're both running to the bathroom. I get to the bathroom first. I like close the door behind me. I unbuckle my pants. I'm like, I gotta pee first. I pee. And then after I'm done peeing, I throw up. And as I throw up, I'm like, I'm crying, right? And I just like, I wipe my eyes to get all these tears out of my face. And then I wash my hands. And as I'm getting back to the table, and the corny's like, hey, did you wash your hands? And I'm like, yeah, of course I washed my hands. He's like, did you wash your hands before you touched anything? And I'm like, what do you mean? And then something happened, just like out of a movie. Just as he said it, my genitals and my eyes, they started to warm up a little bit. The warming didn't stop, and then it was like my face and my genitals were on fire. I'm like, why is this happening to me? Everything hurts. And the guy's like, oh, well, the juices from the hot peppers, they have the same feeling as you would feel anywhere else. They're kind of like nerve gas, that juice. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me that before we started this? God! The next thing I remember is passing out and then waking up in my bed. Apparently, Lasher called my grandma. They had to pick me up because of the pain that was so intense. It was crazy. Didn't even take me to the doctors or anything. They were just like, well, he should be fine. And then I just had this feeling inside of never wanting to compete ever again. That was the last time I competed in anything. That was the last time I ate a really, really hot pepper. I just never wanted to repeat that ever again. So, if there's anything you could take away from this video, don't touch your genitals after eating hot peppers.